If you're someone suffering with toilet anxiety, with those constant what ifs, the rumination, the fear of embarrassment and shame, then this video is for you. So you get anxious if you're not near a toilet. It's making travelling or going to unfamiliar places really difficult because you might panic until you know where the nearest toilet is, and anxiety triggers a stress response, which makes you feel like needing the toilet urgently. So it's a vicious circle. And it could be you also have IBS, and the stress and anxiety just makes the physical issues worse. And you might be at a point where it's plagued you for years and stopped you from doing so many things. You've tried everything going to get a handle on this. You might have tried CBT, which has been great in practice, but when it comes down to those trigger points, the emotional response is just too strong. Or maybe you've tried exposure therapy and found that it hasn't helped, or maybe even made things slightly worse for you. And all the while you've been taking Imodium or other medication, or just avoiding situations by staying at home. So how to overcome this toilet anxiety? What can be done? Well, it's important to understand toilet anxiety is not created consciously. You see, this isn't something you've caught. It's not like an illness you've picked up from someone. And it's not as if you've woken up one day and consciously decided to live like this. Because if that was the case, then you could just fix it with a little bit of logical thinking and a bit of conscious effort and thought. And you've no doubt tried to do that already. But the problem's being created by your subconscious mind. You see, more often than not, this issue stems from a particular event, a past experience, at any stage in life, perhaps something in childhood. And it's how we felt at that moment, subconsciously, about the event or incident, which created a stress activation which, if not processed appropriately at the time, resulted in trauma, or another way of putting it, a dysregulation in our nervous system as a response to the event. And if this remains unprocessed, this trauma, this chronic stress, remains in the body to the point it influenced our subconscious behaviour. It became our default response. And stress and the fear response are not just psychological, the effects are physiological and influence all the systems in the body, and in particular, the digestive system. So it's your subconscious mind that is generating and controlling the very physical responses you're experiencing. Because the subconscious believes, based on previous experience, for whatever reason, that there is danger. Even if consciously you know you are safe. And the subconscious is always trying to move us away from danger, based on previous experience. Even though the situation is different now, and the subconscious behaviour is entirely inappropriate. And when the subconscious and conscious mind are in conflict, the subconscious always wins. And that's why conscious effort, conscious action and logical thinking to control the physical sensations just don't work in overcoming the fear. Emotion always defeats logic. Feelings always win. Yet you've been doing all the logical things, trying to figure it out, taking Imodium and sometimes prescribed medication, planning the toilet stops on journeys and other avoidance behaviours in order to cope, in order to get on with your day-to-day life, and you've not been able to, simply because the problem is emotional and it's controlled by your subconscious. So to overcome toilet anxiety, we need to remove the subconscious connections that have caused the fear by focusing on the emotions behind the toilet anxiety, so you can be free of it and live your life with spontaneity and confidence. But if we don't do this, if we don't overcome toilet anxiety, we are just going to be left living with the fear and potentially missing out on some of the best times of our life.